All right, a good Friday to you. Piedmont Triad finally starting to get Debbie out of here, pushing her away in our rain coming to an end this morning as we speak. We'll see more sunshine coming back by the middle of the day. Now, the one thing we also have to keep our eyes on today, even though our rain is done and even though Debbie is moving away, it's almost like a hidden problem. I think we don't realize it, but happening in the background, all of that water that we took on yesterday into the creeks, into the streams, it has to go somewhere, and it will go into those bigger rivers. So the rivers will continue to rise today, some of them not even cresting or hitting their peak until late tonight or even into the weekend on Saturday. So there's still opportunity here for us to have some flooding problems. Winds, of course, have died down, but the ground is still saturated, and there are a lot of weak trees around the area. So be mindful of a couple of more of those possibly toppling over as we go throughout the day. So we'll keep a News 2 weather impact alert in up until lunchtime today. And then just again, cleanup efforts are beginning. The rivers will continue to rise. If you are out driving about today, you should be fine, but do be mindful. There could be some flooded roads. Never drive through flooded roadways, okay? We always tell you, turn around, don't drown. It's just for your safety, 100%. Look at some of these rainfall totals, though, from the last 72 hours, which really encompasses all of Debbie and its track through the Piedmont. We started with the highest first, and again, these are just kind of some of our picked out highest totals around the area. Rural Hall checked in at a little over 7 inches of rain from Debbie in really the last 3 days. Denton, down in Davidson County, 6.5 inches of rain. You go over to Elon University, they had about 5 3/4 of an inch of rain. Graham, a little over 5 inches. Summerfield, a little over 5 inches. Brown Summit, almost 5 inches. And you go to Greensboro, several different stations in Greensboro. This one recorded almost 5 inches. Out of the airport specifically, where our records are kept, almost 4 1/4 inches of rain. Asheboro picked up about 4 3/4. Hall River at about 4.5. Lexington just a little over 3, and High Point just a little over 3 as well. But it just goes to show you how much rain fell from Debbie, and really most of that fell in the last 24 to 36 hours even. Taking a live look now this morning over Danville, Virginia. You notice the clouds starting to clear, some sunshine trying to make it through the clouds. But what you also notice is the roaring Dan River, and it does continue to rise. That's one of the problem spots like I was talking about just a couple of moments ago. So the Dan River, of course, in Rockingham County and in Danville, continuing to rise, not expected to reach moderate flood stage until 8 o'clock tonight. And once it does, it could spill over its banks. That could mean some flooded roadways, possibly even a shopping center close by that could flood. On the other hand, the Yadkin River only expected to reach minor flood stage, but that still doesn't happen until early tomorrow morning at 2 a.m. on Saturday. So those folks got a lot less rain. That's much less of a concern. However, the Hall River over in Alamance County already spilling over its banks and causing flooding, but also not expected to reach moderate flood stage until 2 o'clock this afternoon. So there's still some opportunity here to have flooded roads or flooded neighborhoods and that sort of thing. It makes total sense. Look over toward Alamance County, all of the big rain totals that are coming in, almost 6 inches of rain. Again, these are all radar estimated, but almost 6 inches of rain there on the north side of Chatham County, almost 5 inches of rain there on the southern part of Alamance County, even some close to 5-inch totals in Guilford County as well. We took on a lot of rain. It was our wettest one day since Hurricane Michael rolled through back in October of 2018. So it's been a while since we took on this amount of rain on the heels of a wet July as well. Winds on the order of about 35 to 45 miles per hour. That was right in our forecast for this storm. One little surprise was a 52 mile per hour gust out at PTI yesterday, but we had constant wind gusts in that 35 to 45 mile per hour range. Made sense while we had so many downed trees, lots of power outages. At one point yesterday, I think there were 130,000 people without power across North Carolina. Last check early this morning, that number was down well below 20,000, so they've made really good progress. So where is Debbie now? Well, it's nowhere close to us. In fact, the center of the storm is well up into Virginia, and as it continues, our rain's starting to die out as well. We don't even call this tropical depression, tropical storm Debbie anymore, and the last advisory that we got on this storm, which will be the final one, was at 5 o'clock this morning as it continues to weaken out. But look at this. It's trucking north at 35 miles per hour. It is really moving compared to the last couple of days. You'll notice our rain, like I said, coming to an end. There's still some rain just to our east and down to our south. That will continue to clear and come to an end as we go throughout the day. Sunshine coming back. We'll see more of that as we go into the afternoon. It actually ends up being a pretty good day of weather. And this is really good news for folks heading out to the Wyndham Championship. I know yesterday was missed, but today, the weekend, maybe Monday if they have to carry it over into early next week, should all be good days for play out at Sedgefield Country Club. We're pretty warm this afternoon too as we climb up into the upper 80s and near 90 degrees. Cold front on the way, which is actually what's helping to steer and take Debby well on to the north and away from us, will sort of act as a spark with our heat and humidity. So while I can't totally rule out a shower or a thunderstorm this evening or over the weekend, I don't think there's a lot to worry about. Most of us will end up staying dry. By the end of the weekend, that cold front will stall out right along the Carolina coast. High pressure gets a little closer to us. So for today, are you ready? Continue to see clearing, continue to get more sunshine back. We're in the upper 80s, near 90 actually for the afternoon, just ahead of that cold front. There's your weekend in pretty good shape. Upper 80s on Saturday and mainly dry. We're in the low to mid 80s on Sunday with just that low pop-up shower or storm chance to end the weekend. And as we go into next week, thank goodness there's not a lot of rain, it looks like, in the forecast. You'll notice just low chances for a pop-up shower or storm each afternoon. Average high temperature right now is 88, and we'll be a little bit below that. So pretty comfortable, too, through the majority of next week with high temperatures in the low to mid 80s.